The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash, a roundtable of Cowboys insiders dropping wisdom and offering sizzling takes on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys. Now, your host, Newy Scruggs.
Media Mash, here we go on a Cowboy Thursday here at the Star in Frisco. I'm Newy Scruggs, joined by your favorite media writers and friends. We've got Clarence Hill, All City Dallas. We've got the Hall of Famer. He's Ed Werder of WFAA and the author. And his triumphant return, it is Jean-Jacques Taylor. Glad you're here, baby.
Hey, let's just test, make sure I ain't get fired if I miss a week. That's all.
Ed, you good with that?
I think there ought to be some kind of punitive action taken.
I think Ed's our sergeant at arms on Thursday.
But he did come with a freshly tailored shirt.
No, freshly.
It's all pressed.
No, freshly out. It's out the box. I see the folds. That's freshly out the box.
This is how Calvin Hill used to wear.
I see out the box. That's freshly out the box. I see the creases, the unfold creases. That's freshly out the box. It's a new shirt though.
Now, when I put the jacket on, you won't be able to see it. Because some of us. But this is how Calvin Hill used to rock them.
Okay.
Calvin Hill?
And?
Yeah. So
I didn't know you influenced your stylist.
Calvin Hill got money.
Oh, I got money.
Oh, okay. He got Calvin Hill money.
I ain't got as much as Calvin Hill money.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You ain't got so much you can miss another week here.
Now that may be true. Hey man, we gonna start the show. We gonna start the show.
Newy,
right off the top rope.
You better bring a bulletproof vest in here, bro.
3, 2, 1. All right, we're on.
They are wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, they are.
But then again, they got to watch this team on a daily basis, and I don't.
Well, that's why you're not in the locker room.
Let's start the locker room, gentlemen.
Nice segue.
Start right there.
Somebody's a professional around here.
Who y'all finding for
last guy we would have
today?
thought was a professional? Turns out he is one.
Micah Parsons was facing a $25,000 fine if he didn't show up.
Oh, really?
Somebody decided they wouldn't want to give the league any money. All right, Clarence and Ed, go ahead and tell. What did we learn from Mr. Parsons?
You know, he talked a long time. You know, I've been, talked to him yesterday, but he talked for a long time. And as we talked before, he was never going to be able to pull the Marshawn Lynch. He can't help himself. I mean, he likes to talk. I was giving y'all something. Y'all like my tweets. This is all things he said today. Y'all like when I talk. He was doing us a favor. He was never going to be Marshawn Lynch, okay? He was never just going to show up there, boy. As I said, that's why he got in trouble in the first place, because he likes to talk. And he admitted, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I apologize. And you know what he said? I didn't elaborate further. I didn't elaborate enough on what I was trying to say about Mike McCarthy and Zach Martin and all the other stuff. But, yeah, he said I didn't talk enough because I was trying to give y'all some, and I was trying to get out of there. But I didn't elaborate. I should have elaborated a little more.
When he's not rushing the passer, he is what? A content creator.
Yes.
And after his comments about Mike McCarthy, he created quite a bit of content for everyone. And at that point, it became in his best interest to say nothing. It became another story that he still wasn't talking. And so today it made sense for him to create a new element to the story by speaking again. And so there you have it. But I thought he said a couple of good things.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he meant no disrespect to Mike McCarthy's career, but he also did say that, hey, I've only known the guy for like 4 years. And I didn't know his whole career in Green Bay. I wasn't really an NFL.
He didn't have Google.
I waswasn't an NFL fan.
He said he was asked about here. He said because he said Jory when he messed up a name.
What do you call
He
it?
said
Judy.
He said she was asking about here, and I was only.
Well, how many
focusing on
Jorys
here.
do you know?
He said I was only focused on here is what he was trying to say, even though
he said I could have done better. I was angry. I didn't finish my thoughts. I wasn't as thoughtful as I usually am.
Yes, as usually am.
I didn't think people would put it in that context, but that's on me. I lost. I didn't finish what I was saying. I was trying to hurry up in the locker room. Next time I'll be more careful about my message. So, that's my apology. That's what he said.
My bad.
So
there will be a next time. He's not, it's not. I'm not talking to the media. He's there.
But he also said, to me, the most important thing are the other players. They're the guys I go to battle with. The coaches, in other words, are secondary. He cares most about his relationship with his players and honoring and respecting them.
And when I was Houston, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to make it about the guys he goes to war with. And yes, Mike got dropped in the grease, but he was really trying to turn it. Yeah, because he was trying to. Again, that's what his initial intention was to honor Zach and do that. A couple other things he said though. He talked about leadership in this tough time, and he's been here, had nothing but success. Whether you people think it was success or not, I know they only got one player.
12-5.
I know it.
Success.
There were people who argue down that the Cowboys ain't done nothing the last 3 years.
You can't do anything about those people.
And so,
bet you take 12-5 right.
They're finding out 12-5 ain't so bad.
But he talked about working on leadership as Zimmer's challenged him to be a better leader doing it. Not stop doing his podcast. Now that's a whole other. Nobody told him to stop doing his podcast, but to be a better leader. And he talked about he don't like letting coaches down, coaches being mad at him. He wouldn't elaborate on the things that Zimmer talked to him about, but he talked to him about possibly being a better leader and doing things differently and learning from. In this situation and being a light.
You know what the most questionable
situation.
thing he said was?
What?
His most questionable thing was, quote, y'all going to say Mike Zimmer didn't have all his pieces, but he sure put the damn good defense together.
At the end of the
season. Is that what we're going to say?
He said
that's what we're going to say?
He said and that's the thing about, because we also asked him about, I was trying to phrase it. I said, Mike, I was going to say, Micah, I don't want to get accused of making too big of a deal about things you said.
Because I want to be on your podcast.
But you went on your podcast and said, we're a good team. Did you really mean that, or would you mean something else? And he really meant that. He said he tried to. There's
been growth and improvement.
He was really more talking about the growth of the team and how they've grown as a defense. And we talked. I thought the defense played okay at times, and it did show some growth against Houston. It's hard to say that when you lose 34-10, but that's why you talk about complimentary football, because the offense did nothing to help them. When they turned that thing into a blowout because of problems on offense, you got a fake punt, you got,
and he said he's basically saying every opponent, unlike the last 3 years, they all know our offensive limitations. They know they don't have to score 35 or 40 points to beat us. It's going to take a lot less than that, given what we're playing with now. And so they can play a more deliberate, less risky style.
Right. Can you, is it possible for Micah to be a better leader?
Yes.
How? I mean, and I say that in the sense that everybody's not built to be a leader. Some people are meant to do what they do.
They can just be a great player, and that's it.
That's what I mean. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you ask people to do things that they're not really capable of doing because it ain't in them to do that.
I'll piggyback off what you said, Ed. On the way over here, I was listening to a podcast with Dwayne Wade and Pat Riley, and he went back to the 2006 season when they played Dallas and got beat by 40. And Riley said, we're just sitting in the locker room, everybody just knows it's not good, and Gary Payton Sr., it's funny you got to call him Gary Payton Sr.
Gary Payton.
Just say Gary Payton.
GP to us.
To us, it's Gary Payton.
But on the podcast, he's like Gary Payton Sr. And he just said, Gary's like, so what are we going to do? And he said, I looked at Gary and said, what are you going to do? And he said, then I just went off. And he said to Gary, you can be a better leader. You know why you can be a better? Follow me. Why don't you follow me? I can help us get where we want to go, but it starts with you, Gary. I need you to follow me. And when you talk about Micah Parsons,
who you gonna follow on this team?
See, my problem with that is
let him finish.
I'm letting you finish. I was always letting you finish.
Yes.
I'm fascinated by what you're saying.
What Pat Riley was saying is, as a coach, if you will listen to me, I have a blueprint of how we can get there. But you're doing your thing right now. You're worried about getting it done your way, you being GP. And he's like, and you ain't won nothing yet.
So you're really talking about following Zimmer down the road, as opposed to some other player.
And what have we been hearing about these guys defensively this year?
Oh, yeah, they ain't trying to follow Zimmer. But that also happens when you hire a dude on 1 year deal.
Yeah, but that's and the true leader is Jerry Jones. But I would say this, and I love these leadership things and chemistry things and brotherhood things and all that other stuff. If them refs wouldn't have been cheating in 2006, we wouldn't be talking about how great leadership that team was in 2006 when we beat the Mavericks, because there was a lot of cheating going on, a lot of phantom fouls. Had nothing to do with Gary Payton and Pat Riley. It had to do with Dwayne Wade making a living at the line, okay? I was here, you was here, you watched that. But it's okay to look back and say, that's why they won, because Gary Payton followed Mike McCarthy's leadership. That's bull.
Is this an
That's just
NBA
me.
podcast? Because if it is, I'm going to have to leave now.
You don't have to leave. But I'm just talking about the idea of leadership. I mean, there are a lot of things that come down. I mean, to me, you can be a bad team and have good leaders. You know, you don't just have to be a winner to have leaders. You know,
Well, the Cowboys had good leaders. Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman were in the locker room when they went 1-15.
Yes, they were 1-15, and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin just loved him to death. But when he was roping, doping, and shooting and everything else, was that good leadership?
On the field, yeah.
Exactly. You see how we parse it? You see how we parse it because they won titles. Was that good? Do you think Jimmy Johnson was okay with the White House? You think Jimmy Johnson was okay with all the other stuff they were doing in training camp? No.
I think those guys learned that first year.
He was in Miami.
I'm just saying, though, is that leadership? No, they just won. They had Hall of Fame players, and they were the best at what they did, and they won.
You know what was important that maybe can apply to Micah's situation now as he experiences losing for the first time at the NFL level is, you know, Troy and Michael and those guys, like they learned that first year how hard it is to win in the NFL.
Yeah, okay,
because they did nothing but lose. As hard as they worked, as much as it meant to them, as great leaders as they would prove to be, they did nothing but lose. And so a work ethic was instilled in them, if they didn't already have it, that this is what it's going to take to win. What you're doing now is not enough to win. So that's what Micah needs to learn from this if he's going to emerge in the near future a leader of this team.
Yeah, because it is hard to win, as you know, as every game is decided by 4 or 5 plays in essence.
It would also help, like those 90s teams, they learned to win. But I wish Micah had some triplets to learn to win with, okay? Give me some triplets on defense to learn to win with. I mean, again, great players.
Mozzie?
See what I'm saying? Yeah, Micah can learn how to win and all that other stuff, but if he ain't got no partner to come with him, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Micah was praising Mozzie just not long ago.
Yeah, he just told us
he was trying to be a leader.
Superstar.
See, he was trying to be a leader. He was pumping up his confidence.
It's not trying, it's being. Like trying to be a leader can be a bad thing.
He was being a leader by showing confidence in his teammates.
That's what Newy's point was. Trying to be a leader can sometimes be a bad thing if you're not the right guy. That's what I took away from listening to your entire conversation.
Follow Zimmer.
Follow Pat Riley.
Follow Pat Riley.
Slick back Pat.
Zimmer got a ring.
They both got rings. Both got rings.
I agree.
Riley got a few more. Zimmer got a ring.
Zimmer got a ring.
95, dog. Back when you wasn't on the beat.
Right, you weren't on the beat.
Me and Ed know about it.
We were most trusted.
Zimmer was leading it.
Okay, you just gonna be a 7-letter cuss word.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we all here. You know, again. It's all about the environment, all about the team. Because I was also here when Mark Irvin was leading Clayton Holmes.
Clayton Holmes from. Stop calling my man from South Carolina straight. Leave Clayton Holmes alone. That's my guy.
Stop tarnishing.
He was the reason.
Why are you?
He's the reason why they wouldn't draft.
Why is this man on a Cowboys podcast tarnishing the glory here?
I'm
is this not bad enough as it is?
I'm talking about leadership and brotherhood and chemistry and all the other stuff.
He gonna call me a hater.
Listen, I like great players. Play great. Play great players. Play great.
Right now.
No, they were great players. Give me some more of them. You know, as you know, back in the olden days, and I've heard Mike, man, we just ain't got enough dogs in the locker room. You know, you got too many nice guys. That's what Mike also told me.
Yes.
When you during this past 30 years, he come to the locker room with these dudes too nice. We got too many nice guys.
Is that when you were out with him and Clayton Holmes?
Yes, I need some guys to go to the club with me at night. You know, too many nice guys on the team.
Somebody take over the VIP room.
Exactly. That was what Mike said was identified as a problem. Okay.
Yeah, and Michael now says the way to fix it all is to hire Dion
and draft should do it right.
Yeah,
it's a two thing.
Okay.
The other thing that Micah spoke about is his relationship with DQ.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a break.
But that's a good way to tease to break.
Take a break.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to lead. I shouldn't have been trying to lead.
Ed Werder will dive into DQ, the head coach.
I'm a complimentary player
of the Washington Commanders, and his defensive coordinator used to be here, Joe Witt Jr., Clarence Hill, Jock Taylor, Newy Scruggs, Media Mash, coming back with a lot more great content right here on DallasCowboys.com.
Back finds Pearson. It's caught. Touchdown.
The Dallas Morning News delivers full press coverage of the Cowboys.
Bateman straight drop, throws it over the middle. Irvin in for the touchdown, Cowboys.
We cover your Cowboys from the preseason to the postseason and beyond.
Boot to the right, looking down the field. Lamb, victory!
Game by game, play by play. No one delivers your Cowboys like the Dallas Morning News. Connect deeper to the Dallas Cowboys with the Dallas Morning News.
I'm Cowboys alumni Danny McCray, here with Smoothie King asking, what's that sound? That's the sound of me sipping one of their power-packed smoothies with over 10 grams of protein. With real fruits and organic veggies, because at Smoothie King, what you see is what you sip. So grab a delicious Smoothie King smoothie, throw a straw in your jaw, and get sipping real. Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. Hashtag be your own boss.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Back to Media Mash.
Media Mash, brought to you by nobody right here on DallasCowboys.com. We've got the author, Jean-Jacques Taylor, former Cowboy beat writer. We've got Ed Werder, WFAA, Pro Football Hall of Famer, the man who once wrote the story about any number of 500 coaches could have won that Super Bowl that Jimmy did. And we've got a man who's seen no winning at all in his career. We've seen, but he's become most trusted.
But they haven't exhausted the 499-person list yet. We're only like to number 7 or 8.
Clarence has covered 7 of them.
I still got Kellen Moore on that list.
What are you gonna do the practice report, or?
I'm just looking at it, man. No,
that doesn't help anybody.
No Zach Martin, no Tyler Smith, no Nick Vigil, whoever that is.
How about CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb did not practice.
Back foot for CeeDee.
Yes, but Deron Bland, he talked today, and he was full, and he said he's not cleared to play. Of course, Jerry said on the radio that he was playing. And,
We've been through this before.
Deron Bland said he's not a full go yet, but he did practice full.
With no issues.
Brandon Cooks was limited, but he appears to be ready to go. Trevon Diggs was limited. Chuma Dogu, who hasn't played all year, was full, so we may see him. Certainly Jake Ferguson, don't expect to see him. He may be out 2 weeks. You got the short week after this week. Same thing with Zach Martin. He may be out 2 weeks.
Do you remember the play where he got a concussion?
No, it was early. I don't remember.
Did he get blasted or he hit his head wrong?
No, I think he hit his head on the ground.
Yeah. Because I didn't remember it, that's all.
Yeah.
I didn't remember a particularly violent hit.
Did you? I wasn't even sitting in my seat.
I just remember him walking to the sidelines early in the game and kind of holding his head or adjusting his helmet.
I wasn't even in my seat yet when that first touch went to the house. I was like, what is going on?
It was just a practice play anyway.
When you sitting down when Mixon went 50?
I had to move. We were at the lunchroom. I was eating.
Looked up and you heard a mixed cheer.
Yes, it was a
mixed cheer. We knew Houston had the ball. Yeah. You heard a mixed cheer. Like, this isn't good. This isn't good because we knew there were enough Houston fans in the building. And we looked up and we were just looking at each other like, so then it got called back, and then they decided,
do it again.
We'll do it again.
It was too easy, and we just thought it was going to be. I started writing the Fat Lady Began on the Scene story. Anyway, but Bland talked today. He talked about the frustration of the injury, and he just wants to be comfortable and make sure it's right.
That sounds to me like why he hadn't played.
Yeah, I mean, it just hasn't been right, and he. Jerry went on the radio yesterday and said, or was that today actually, and said that there's no reason why he shouldn't play unless he has to make the setback. But Bland said, it wasn't 100% sure he was going to play, but he's, obviously trying to do that, and that's the efforting that way. Remember the last time was a few weeks ago when they thought he was going to play.
Before Detroit, he did the same thing. Practice
they thought he was going to play, and then all
media.
Then Friday he was, not playing. So
this reminds me of the Michael Gallup thing, where you just don't have confidence in it. And the other thing is every injury is different, and it might not feel right. You know how your body is supposed to feel.
Well, it is just a confidence. Because firstly, just because it looks healed on the scan, it's about whether you have confidence in moving and cutting and doing the things you need to do to be successful.
Did James Jones talk about on FS1? Did he?
That he's not really hurt and he needs to be out there?
Is Dalvin Cook still on the team?
Damian Woody too, right? He said the same thing about Micah.
Yes.
Yeah, Micah talked about he was disappointed in
he should have been.
Woody. Yeah, he really
former
talked
players
about
and coaches.
Yeah, he really talked about that. He was disappointed in Woody, lost respect for him. So as a former player, don't question my injury. Don't bring up my injury and I just been sitting there not trying to play when I had a real injury.
But he had nothing but praise for Dan Quinn, his former defensive coordinator and the new head coach in Washington.
Was it like the McCarthy praise?
It was better than that. It was
well thought out?
It was very well reasoned, start to finish. Yes, it was a complete thought.
He cared about it.
Yeah.
He said DQ put in work?
Nobody passed away in the process of getting from beginning to end. He actually started with that DQ has gotten him tickets for this game for his family.
Yeah.
Said when DQ decided he was leaving here.
Sorry.
What's funny about
You
that?
ain't supposed to ask that man for tickets, man.
I mean, dude, the NFL has changed.
He said that. He said they talk several times a week.
God.
No.
Which I don't even think is allowed.
That's not unusual.
Yeah, really?
No.
That's not unusual. First of all, if you ever try to get tickets and you get them through the team, they're in the nosebleed. You've seen Jordan Love family
visiting family.
They're at the top of the stage. They give the opposing team the worst tickets in the house.
Yes.
If you want good tickets, you have to go through a player or someone on the other team for your family. This is not unusual. This happens more often than you think.
That's how you always get them tickets?
I think it's unusual.
I'm just saying,
the head coach. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they have relationships. You just go with people you got relationships with.
I feel confident Micah got enough money if he wanted to go to Ticketmaster and say,
No,
Next contract, second contract.
And he may have paid for the tickets. He just wanted security. I can get through tickets. Like I call Anthony Lynn. Hey, can I get some tickets?
Are you on his legal staff now or something? Like you just defend everything he says?
It's not defending.
He has added. Dak is out. He has added a new client.
I'm giving context to the situation because I deal with tickets. I deal with.
We know.
Okay,
Yeah, we know.
I deal with tickets,
Michigan
I'm a nobody. Okay, I'm just saying.
Wait till the Buckeye game in Columbus. He gonna be waving you.
I deal with. I'm just saying. I'm just giving context to the situation. I know on the outside looking in, it seems crazy, but that's how you have to get decent seats. And you want your family out decent. You don't want them up in the nosebleed. That stadium is horrible. That's the worst stadium in the league. It's falling apart.
For that butt kicking they might get up in the nosebleed.
So how many?
Further away, the better.
How many is he getting here?
He didn't say.
He wouldn't say.
I actually asked him.
Pennsylvania,
He would not reveal.
But he said he got a lot of family because it's close to Pennsylvania. He said he got a lot of family, a lot of friends and family coming to the game.
So as you say that, I go back to something I did earlier this year with Barry Switzer, Emmett, and Troy. And
Troy talked to Barry.
Yeah, we all sat next to each other.
Yeah.
It was a
Troy likes, but Troy's good with Barry.
Yes,
It's all good.
Fascinating conversation. Yes, they're very. But Barry talked about how Keith Jackson called him for the NFC Championship game at Texas Stadium, asked him for 25 tickets. Yes, yes, his former OU player, and Barry did get them. So
I was going to say, I'll bet $1 million Switzer got
tickets.
Yes,
Switzer got them for sure.
Yeah,
that's too many tickets.
That's why Barry's
how
Barry.
do you? That's.
And Barry was playing the piano in the suite when the game was over.
That's some black stuff.
He basically said that. Yeah. Barry
ask somebody for
Barry close enough to us to Barry basically said
How you ask somebody for 20? You're not family. You're not on the team. It's the biggest game of my life. I do got family. 25 tickets.
It was 25. It may even been 30. But he asked for a truckload.
That is like tickets. I mean, I know you won titles with me in college, but 25 tickets? Yeah. No. That's the bros, too.
Sounds like he did the right thing. He got what he wanted.
Hey.
Yes, it is.
Closed mouth don't get fed. I know. Closed mouth don't
The other thing about that conversation, which was interesting that I did not know, because Barry and Troy are more than just fine, but Barry talked about how he called Terry Donahue at UCLA, and what I didn't know and Troy said is that Terry Donahue made him try out. Mm-hmm. He had to do a workout for Terry Donahue in order to go transfer to UCLA. I'm just sitting there fascinated.
Because you're a wishbone quarterback. Why is Barry sending me a good quarterback? I don't really trust you like that, Barry. Let me just check it out. Make sure
he wasn't a wishbone quarterback. Jamel Holloway
you know what
was
I mean.
wishbone quarterback.
You're coming from a wishbone program.
Yeah. He was, they were supposed to switch to the eye.
Right.
Are you really telling me this?
No, are you telling me this?
I know what number 10 used to do with Henrietta.
You tell him, they switched to the eye for Troy.
That's what we're really doing right now?
Yeah, we're doing this.
We're really doing this.
I mean,
switch to the eye.
Let's do it on the book promo tour.
Switch to the eye. I've had
Boy, you guys are vicious.
Oh, yeah, we are.
You guys are vicious. I'm glad you all like each other.
Yeah, imagine if we didn't.
You guys hey, we all like each other here, just to let you know, right here on the Media Mash. But, woo.
Tough crowd, baby.
Yes. So DQ is loved. Was there any mention of Washington defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr., who wanted the job here as the Cowboys defensive coordinator?
Lucky he didn't get it.
Like I said, I talked to Jordan.
1 year with one and done.
Instead, he's probably got 4 or 5 years in Washington.
Like I said, I talked to Jordan Lewis. I talked to Hooker, and they had nothing but love for Witt. Certainly, Hooker was a safety. He focused on the safeties here. He said he still talks to Witt to this day. Michael said he didn't have the same relationship with Witt. He had his head with DQ because Witt was more of a secondary guy. But just talking to people close to Witt. Mike McCarthy had promised him a defense coordinator job back in the Green Bay days. Mm-hmm. He'd been with Mike McCarthy since 2008, and he thought he was going to get one in Green Bay. Got passed over a couple of times. He has thought he was going to have a chance to get this job. And if you listen to Mike McCarthy, he may have wanted to give him this job. Jerry wanted a veteran coach, and they were going with Zimmer. Witt is appreciative of the opportunity with Quinn, and everybody links him to Quinn, but he's really on McCarthy's tree. This is McCarthy's guy. And so I'm sure he has some motivation coming into this game. Joe Witt does.
You're going to bring a Dan Campbell-like atmosphere to it now.
And he blitzes more than Quinn does.
He coming.
So
we coming.
I mean, it's just the silliness.
It's not going to be a good day to be Cooper Rush.
Nah, it's the silliness of I'm the head coach. It's my last year, and I can't even pick the DC that I want in my last year. I mean, it's just absurd, man.
But if you're Joe Witt and you're making a business decision as to whether you want to be here with a coach on an expiring contract or you want to go to Washington where you're starting brand new and have 4 or 5 years on your deal, he made the right decision. Whether he got to choose or not, it turned out to be a good thing.
It was the best decision for him.
It was the best decision for him, but you know how coaches are. We wouldn't have been on our last year, Ed.
Yeah.
We'd have been 12-5.
We had 12-5.
We'd all get extensions.
Yeah. He certainly thought that. And his dream was to coach with the Cowboys. Joe Witt, going back to
his dad.
Yeah, his dream was to coach with the Cowboys. This is where he wanted to be. So he wanted to be defense coordinator of the Cowboys. Now he's defense coordinator of Commanders and ready to whoop some Cowboys butt on.
I was going to say our game plan has been labeled pain.
All right, let's take our final break here with Jacques Taylor, Ed Werder, Clarence Hill Jr. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Media Mash on DallasCowboys.com.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1, any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12, no crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31, anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Stop back. Finds Pearson. It's caught. Touchdown.
The Dallas Morning News delivers full press coverage of the Cowboys.
Aikman straight drop, throws it over the middle. Irvin in for the touchdown, Cowboys.
We cover your Cowboys from the preseason to the postseason and beyond.
Boot to the right. Looking down the field. Lamb. Victory!
Game by game, play by play. No one delivers your Cowboys like the Dallas Morning News. Connect deeper to the Dallas Cowboys with the Dallas Morning News.
Hey, Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle?
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Back to Media Mash.
Media Mash right here from the Star in Frisco. Cowboys headquarters. Got Jacques Taylor, Ed Werder, Clarence Hill, Newy Scruggs. Micah did talk today. Did he mention or say anything about being at the fight the other night?
Who?
Micah Parsons.
He didn't, but I did talk to Brandon Cooks. I'm going to glad you brought that up. He said that half the team was at the fight. They had a yes, Micah was there.
They're going to be at the fight Sunday?
He said half the team was at the fight. I'm glad you brought that up, really. One of the things I wanted to bring up. Half the team was at the fight Friday night. They had a suite, and Cooks and Micah were downstairs with Netflix on the floor.
Okay.
So he talked about that. Cooks talked about that. It was he said, I'm 31. I got a chance to see Mike Tyson fight. I said, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You didn't see Mike Tyson
No,
fight.
you didn't.
You saw Mike Tyson step in the ring. You didn't see Mike Tyson fight. I saw Mike Tyson fight. You didn't see Mike Tyson fight. Okay, this was not a fight.
We saw Mike Tyson get knocked out for real.
You know, you
I
didn't
saw
see
Mike Tyson bite the ear.
You didn't see Mike Tyson fight, but yeah, half the team was there. You know, we asked Mike McCarthy about that. His daughters wanted to go, and he took his daughters there. Of course, when we saw, the videos, everything, he was walking by himself, looked like he was lost in the stadium,
looking for a win.
I mean, people just see Mike just randomly walking, like, where you going, Mike, by yourself, whatever. But half the team was there. It's always an event. I was talking to someone else about this. Maybe it was last week about them having a fight and having an event at the stadium, and some player got overserved, and it was told, "Don't you ever come back here." Act like it's a team event. People had their wives, everything there. But yeah, Cook said he was really impressed with how the stadium looked. And it looked good on TV. I mean, he
said, had curtains up and everything.
Used them.
He said, I definitely saw the curtains. But you know how they lower the
Jumbotron.
Jumbotron,
Jerry, the Jumbo
just
Jerry.
the lights, and they can
know
put
how
on
to
a
put
great
on a
event.
show,
They
man.
put on a show. It was a great show. It looked good. He was impressed with the whole scene. And they were all out there on a Friday night before the game.
They should have a big game there someday. Some big NFL game should be there someday.
The Super Bowl?
Championship game.
McCarthy
Wouldn't that be cool?
McCarthy was there for
You
it?
mean hosting?
Yeah. They should have Jerry should host one of those championship
And
games.
he might have
there.
been running to the roof fell off last week.
I forgot. We went and took who won we did the fight. I can't remember what we had. I didn't write it down. But we made picks for the fight.
Yeah, we was wrong.
Yeah.
Y'all really thought
You guys really picked the old guy?
I didn't.
You really thought the thing was a farce with 2-minute rounds and pillows for gloves?
Well, the 2-minute round was a pillow for glove, but if you watch some of the things and how Mike was pulling his punches, he certainly pulled his punches early. He couldn't, there were rules in there that you had to go 8 rounds to get all your money.
Was those really rules? I don't know if those were true or not, because I can't believe it just because